All right, this one's gonna be short, or maybe not, but this may even be the final. I don't know. That will depend. But this is gonna be something that I hope that whoever finds this video, whoever listens to this video, can perhaps take advantage of my own experience, my own journey in ignorance, and perhaps it might serve you as an aid towards facilitating the course of your life, success, etc. So, what we're getting at here. When it comes to your personal success, happiness, joy, wellness, mental and physical, there are only two possible things that can serve as deterrent and or barrier to impede you from progressing. Number one is the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, or whatever you see yourself as. But when you look in the mirror, that is the number one enemy with respect to holding you back, keeping you stuck. Now you can sit here, and of course you're going to get to number two, and spoiler alert, that's the people around you. And yes, you can say that the world around you, the people around you, the situations around you, the civilization, as it were, is at fault. But if you haven't conquered the enemy within, tough luck. You ain't gonna go nowhere but down. Why is that? Think about it for a moment. What's the quality of your thoughts? What's the quality of your words? What's the quality of your action? Now take it from somebody who's probably a psychopath, a sociopath, a narcissist, a perfectionist, and a very creative mind, an artist at that. So when it comes to people, understanding them, I am going to be 100 with you. And I may be wrong in this, but I frankly don't know many people who are better readers of people than I am. Cold, hot. And you can put the world's most fraudulent piece of trash in front of me, passing for some form of a tycoon, and you can have the entire Hollywood machine behind making them look the part. All I gotta do is look them in the eye, and the lies are exposed. Because you see, people can train themselves to be anything. The issue is that most of y'all are wasting your fucking time pursuing things that are frivolous, empty, and devoid of any meaning. Because the only meaning in life is what you do to A, take care of yourself and enable yourself, and B, how you apply that in the world in a manner that facilitates the lives of not only yourself but others. So if you're standing there and you're waving your victim card, woe is me, shut the fuck up and go educate yourself. Develop some fucking discipline, for fuck's sake. What's strange to me is that for the longest time, I've looked at myself as an abject failure, as a fraud, as a piece of trash, a piece of shit. All of which may be true, but not to the full extent of the word. I have done so much for myself, by myself, and thank God I've had parents and siblings and a family Friends, can't say I've had many, maybe one or two, but I've had people there to remind me that no, I'm not a failure. I'm not an idiot. I've just fallen down. And why do we fall down? So we can learn to pick ourselves up. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. Now, you can. There's nothing here that's mandating that you be successful, happy, whole. Nothing. It's up to you. Surely nature, nor the world, nor nobody else is going to do that for you. So if you ain't doing that for you, how do you expect others, number 2, to do it for you? Now, here is where it gets tragic. Yes, even more tragic than you standing in your own fucking way. Think about people. And that is perhaps human tragedy, right? Is that people are, by and large, quite stupid. Even the smartest people in the world are actually quite dumb. And that's because most people can't help themselves. I'm someone that's sobered up relatively short while ago. And it's not that I'm against taking anything. You do you, boo. It's your body, it's your soul. It's yours to destroy and or create and do as with it as you please. Nobody going to tell you otherwise. I can't tell you otherwise. I mean, they try, but nobody can. But here's the thing about people. People are, for the most part, and it's kind of tragic because, again, it's a byproduct of number 1, right? Because we ain't taking care of that thing that's the most valuable asset to us, which is us, ourselves, body and mind. When we don't do that, when we let ourselves fall to disrepair, we become incompetent. And in our incompetence, we've spread it almost as a disease throughout society. In our collective, combined feeling of abject failure, of being trash, which we could argue humanity is a failed experiment and should be discarded. I've said it before, I've said it many times, and it's something that will never change. I hope, certainly, that we improve, that we progress. But at the end of the day, push comes to shove. What has humanity done for the world other than just destroy, pollute? The altruism, entirely selfish. The only real positive people out here that's contributing towards the cause, fighting the good fight, are teachers, people in healthcare, and the people in law enforcement and security. And I don't mean the military complex, the war machine. That's trash. We should do away with that probably sooner than anything else. I'm talking about the people out here who are wearing a badge, whether they be a civil servant, a federal agent, or some form of an international agent, who are out here identifying the trash. And I'm talking about the real fucking trash. I'm talking about human traffickers, the people that are keeping drugs in schools, okay? The people that are keeping your child and yourself bound by addiction and vice, who are possibilitating that. The people who are hunting those motherfuckers down, that's the real fucking law enforcement. That's the people that really care. Why? Because they probably had a father or mother who were an alcoholic, or worse, who beat on them. They're probably people who come from pockets of society where everything is grim and dark and wicked and evil as fuck. But look around you, man. Is the world that bad? Yeah, we got war. What else is new? But that grim dark that the world used to be, that you see nowadays, thankfully, relegated to the annals of history. You know, Nazis carding homosexuals, Jews, whoever wasn't the definition of an Aryan master race. Those people were getting carted off to concentration camps to be slaughtered like cattle. And the worst part is that they weren't even using the meat, no nothing. I mean, you can contribute some modern dentistry and other medical fields to the Nazis, yes. Getting men to the moon, the nuclear bomb. There's a lot of modern things that come from the Nazis. But them were some wicked, evil motherfuckers. And we can't go back there. It's time for empathy to take over the world. Kindness. For us to be altruistic. Not for the glory. The glory belongs to God that does vengeance, no one else. But to be better gardeners of the body, of the soul, of the earth, of one another. And that's why it's tragic. The number 2 is people, the people around you. Take inventory, take stock. Discipline yourself to be the sort of person that you not only enjoy solitude, but you would sooner be alone in the desert and dying of hunger and thirst than to be surrounded by garbage motherfuckers who only serve as vampires. They're just vampires. It's leeching off of your energy, what little energy you have left. No wonder you can't get out of bed in the morning, man. It's no wonder that you don't have motivation. These people are sucking it out of you because they don't have it themselves. And then what little you demonstrate, what little goodwill, what little action, what little discipline you put forth. These fucking vampires will leech it right out of your soul. And it don't matter if they're family, if they're blood, if they're friend, if they're your girlfriend, your wife, your kid. It don't matter. Identify who these people are and cut them off like the fucking malignant cancer that they are. Give them no right of way. Give them no attention. Pro tip, look into the Gray Rock method. It's a tool that's been developed by the academy, the medical and educational machine to essentially serve as a tool to deal with narcissists. It's a phenomenal tool to deal with all sorts of trash motherfuckers out here. Because here's what you understand. Everything is energy. All is God, good and evil. There's aspects of God. It's just that we as people with free will, we have the ability to discern. That's why God created man. That's why God created sentient, intelligent life, to be discerning of God itself, the environment, the universe. Your energy as our day. Now, they've chosen willy-nilly to live in this dark bullshit. To be little more than treacherous snakes who gossip, who speak your name in rooms absent you, behind your back, so you can't defend yourself. But they will reap as they sow. And that's the cold embrace of misery. The gutter, the mud, the filth that will choke in it. Because now is the time for the people who actually want more out of life to get that. But to get that, you gotta first discipline yourself. Stop telling yourself you're dumb. Stop letting your limitations hinder you. Develop ways around them, man. When somebody can't walk, we give them a wheelchair. When somebody can't speak, we learn sign language. There are ways around everything but death. The only permanent thing that you cannot come back from is death. That's it. Now, I know this is probably just another rant, another rambling. My mind has been fractured, broken into 1,000 pieces by myself because I was too blind to see my role and the role of others. And this is something I've actually been talking about for a long time. But oddly enough, I just never clicked how much I was playing a role in my own destruction. how much I was playing a role in my own downfall. And then I had people around me, man, that I honestly thought were friends. Family even, I called them brothers and sisters. But they're everything but. A real human being doesn't need to be related to you by blood. They don't need to speak the same language. Understand this about people. Pardon. There's only one race, the human race. All the multitude of languages and colors, those are ethnicities. Okay? That's a subcategory of the human race. It's just a way for us to discern ourselves from each other. Not to say that somebody is less than or more than based on a trivial, arbitrary fucking thing, such as what culture and ethnic group you're born. I am mixed. I'm a mutt, as are just about all Latins, which is sad because, again, I grew up pretty much in the thick of the edge of the Amazon, where racism had kind of evolved to become this social order, where like the wealthy elites could do and come and go as they please, and the poor, regardless of color, whether rich or poor. That's what it became. It's even worse. I mean, all forms of prejudice are terrible. I'm not saying one is better, but think about this. How small of mind and soul do you have to be to think that you're better than somebody based on something that you can't control, such as your ethnicity? And how wicked can you be to let the privilege, the power, the energy of wealth elevate you above your fellow men as though they were maggots, worms in the dirt, and you were some type of god above it all? Dust unto dust. The time has come for the good, the righteous, to seek not fame and fortune, but ousting the wicked and evil from the shadows. Let's drag them into the light. Remember, vengeance belongs to God, not you, not me. But let's drag them into the light. Let's put all the cameras. Don't they want the attention? Let's put all the cameras on them. Let's get the sound equipment, mic check, to make sure that we're giving them the voice that they so desperately want. Isn't that what you want? We're going to put you out now. Now, there's going to be some good people out here that ain't going to be not so kind to you. I'm confident there's plenty of good people out here that look towards the evil and wicked and see them as Jesus did. And probably pray every night, God forgive them. They know not what they do. They don't. They're children. They're fucking ignorant children. And sad because we failed them. Me, you, everybody's failed everybody. Because if we don't all change fundamentally our attitude towards ourselves and others, that is to say, problem number one, self. Problem number two, the people you keep around you. Okay? 1 + 2 is 3. Holy Trinity. 1 next to 2 makes 12. Jesus had how many disciples? So think about that for a moment. See the math, the language of the divine coming through. Understand, my friends, that God, nature, it didn't sprout for any reason, but also it didn't come into being for no reason. The spirit in here, your mind, that is here to unravel that great, beautiful mystery. But if you keep telling yourself that you're stupid, that you're dumb, if you let what they say about you define your reality, and you aren't taking in the histories, the wisdom, the knowledge, and weaponizing that, taking that energy and bringing it into your energy and combining into something more, something greater than the sum of its parts, and then feeding that forward, passing that forward, you're failing. It doesn't mean that you have to get everything right every time. Far be it from us or anyone to be so flawless as to get it right all the time. I tried. It's a fool's errand. Don't work. Pareto perhaps had it best when he said 80-20 is the root of all productivity, production, and mechanics, etc., etc. Because 20% of the people are now reaping the benefit of the work of the other 80. Is that fair? Do most people have to slave away, toil and suffer for the elevation of the few? For too long, people have put themselves on pedestals of privilege and power because of arcane knowledge and wisdom. It all belongs to us all. But let's not make the mistakes of the past. We don't have to go into the cradle of wealth and reap them from there. No, we're going to do better this time. This time, we're going to board them up inside their mansions. See if their money will keep them fed, healthy, give them fresh air. Money don't do nothing. Money is just another energy. Something I've learned recently. It took me losing just about everything to learn that lesson. But I still have my life. I don't know for how much longer. I have been suicidal for some time. Thankfully, that seems to be behind me now. But there's a lot of people out here, man, that's still dealing with that. And for the most part, it's not even something that's born in them. They got there because they let the wrong people around them. They let the poison that the machine feeds get to their soul and contaminate them. All my heroes are dead. Kid you not. Other than my family, like my immediate family. And pray God they stay around for a lot longer. Hopefully longer than even I. But the time has come. So I'm going to reiterate this just one more time and then I'm going to go. You are just one of the problems, but there are only two. The others is the people that you let around you in your presence. Value yourself. Develop a sense of self-worth that is so outrageously high that low vibe, low energy people, they can't even look at you. Looking at them would be tantamount to one of us, whoever, any of us, looking upon God in His full glory and splendor, which is the sum total of all things. The human mind isn't even equipped for that. You shatter, you will break. I think we're done here. If I have the opportunity to come back on here and do some more videos, I think that the journaling is going to fall back. I think that I finally got it. But I know that I know nothing. So it's a process. We're going to learn more, and then we're going to realize how dumb we really are. And then we're going to learn some more. And then we're going to realize how fucking small and dumb we really, truly are. And then we're going to learn some more and repeat this motherfucker until we stop breathing. The brain ceases all electrical function and the heart stops beating. Because that's all you have to do. I mean, what you're going to do is going to sit there. And then let's go into a laboratory and figure out a way to make you into a fucking rock or a plant. If you want to be so stationary. But you're not. You're a human being. Be human. Now, this is coming from somebody who's as close to a fucking robot and an artificial life form as any I probably am. So maybe all simulation. Who knows? Maybe I'm a crazy person. But The one thing that I know for sure, beyond a reasonable doubt, beyond the shadow of a doubt, as somebody who's gone through the valley of the shadows and made friends with those shadows, is that the time has come. Onto the light with the evil and wicked shit, so that the light may turn them to stone. And then we can take hammers and break that fucking stone down, turn it to gravel, and pave roads with it, build homes with it. They know what they're doing. Trust me, they do. People under the age of like maybe 7 don't know what they're doing. After 7, it starts to become very difficult to argue. You're ignorant, that you're stupid, that you don't know what you're doing. Had 7 years to see your parents, your teachers, living out behaviors out here. Focus on the positive. Don't shy away from failure, from falling down. It's the best teacher. As I said before, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Fall down an 8th time, get up 9. Keep going until you can't even count no more. So long as you're still getting up. Wherever you are, sending what little love and peace I have left. Have a good morning, have a good day, have a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. May the light of love shine upon us all and inspire us to be better, to be greater. This is your boy Atos signing out.